Okay, today we might talk to you about Wayne Kealoha Powell, a kahuna ana ana. Why? Well, because he's a kahuna ana ana, which is a black magic of dark sorcerer, evil person. Why do I call him that? Because he attacks me every day with the intent to kill me. Why? Well, everybody's trying to make the transition to the fifth generation of how many various versions of whatever it is that we're talking about. Are we trying to figure this all out? What is it, Earth 2.0 or 3.0? What are we doing? Why am I talking about Kahuna Ana Ana? Why am I talking about Wayne Kealoha Powell? Why am I talking about Chris Krepchik, thehoodedsage.com? Why am I talking about Stuart Wild at stuartwild.com? Because these are people. I know, but every person on here is not what they seem. Because in the 3D world, you don't think of people as anything else but just another face and another, humanoid thing. But from the positive people, I don't know, Harry Potter, Harry positive people, I don't know. Isn't Harry like a positive person? He doesn't, I don't know. The Harry positive people continue to tell you, yes, this is just like in the Harry Potter movies when there was a war between good and evil. Well, I just listened to a video that said, good people don't fight. The way to win the war against the dark is don't fight the dark. Hold your vibration. Well, that's stupid. I'm sorry, you can't win a war that way. I'm sorry, it is a war, fuckfaces. Because each one of you is a sorcerer. Each single one of you is a source energy being. And we've heard this over and over again from the Arcturian Council, channeled by Daniel Scranton of Hawaii. Why? Because kahuna is a Hawaiian word, and Daniel Scranton lives on the big island of Hawaii. And the Arcturian Council are coming through a Hawaiian channel. If you tune to YouTube and you go there, Daniel Scranton, that guy is a Hawaiian. He lives in Hawaii, ergo he's Hawaiian. What difference does it make? Because kahuna is a Hawaiian word, and Daniel Scranton is in Hawaii channeling the extraterrestrials, the Arcturian Council, who are the ones that are saying to you and I that we are source energy beings over and over again. So, well, aren't we sorcerers then? Because we keep getting information from source and we're sorcerers. Does it sound evil? Yes. Why? I don't know, many movies. What is a kahuna? A kahuna is supposed to be a master in Hawaiian arts. Is Wayne Kealoha Powell a master in Hawaii arts? Yes, he is. Is he Hawaiian? Technically, no. Technically, he's a Cuban American. But he involved himself with a known Hawaiian kahuna many, many, many years ago. And he learned from that Hawaiian, etc., etc., to be a master of doing Hawaiian things, question mark. I don't know. Why are they just Hawaiian? Anyways, he's been on the path for a very long time, and somewhere along the path he decided to test me. Because he got in his little stupid pinhead head that, I needed testing from him, the master. Even though, I never called him master, and I never signed up to be enslaved by him or tested by him. He's a devil, fuck-faced, and that means, someone who doesn't understand. Anyways, Wayne Kealoha Powell does not understand what he's doing according to the teachings of Jesus. Because Jesus always said, forgive them, Father, because they don't know what the hell they're doing. I beg to differ. Wayne Kealoha Powell has read all the Jesus material. Ergo, he is what? I don't know. Does he fully realize the purport? Yes, he does. He's read everything. He has read and read and read and read. and read, and he knows the penalties for being a devil are elucidated in, for example, the Hank Wesselman books that Wayne Keeley Powell told me about many years ago, and I did follow up and read them. Why is Wayne Keeley Powell out to kill me? Because he's a kahuna ana ana. What does it mean? It means a kahuna who's a black magic guy. And what does he do? Well, he projects himself, astral projecting, into my area where he does whatever he does to work at killing me day after day after day, along with the other devils that come every day. Why did they come here? Because it's a test to see if you can take me down. Because they're all infatuated with the idea of the person who kills me somehow gets some prize. Anyways, as you can see, I am under demonic attack, and I have been for 5 years every day. It's a very vicious thing to take on the demonic. Anyways, I'm still alive, and they're still alive. Well, we haven't had any evidence that any of them are dead. But I'm not dead. So is it perpetual? No, the problem again and again is that you don't understand that you, dear viewer, are a sorcerer. You're a source energy being according to the Arcturian Council of the Hawaiian, Daniel Scranton. What else do we want to talk about? Well, from the perspective of a sorcerer, then how come I can't disarm the ones that are attacking me? Most likely because I am, and I have, over and over again. And I keep wanting them to stand down. But they won't. They won't. They won't. They won't. They won't. And it's been 5 long years of doing these battles. And what do I expect to happen? I expect them to be dead soon. It's just because I can't be killed, and they continue to attack me as if I can be. It just simply says, by law of vibration, that they can be killed because they keep putting it out that I can be killed. It's their vibration, and what does it do? Well, it just tells other people that they can be killed. Who wants to kill them? Me. You see, this is the issue all the time. Who is the instigator penalty in hockey? Who starts the fights? Well, if you don't start fights, then are you a wimp? Shouldn't you wake up first thing in the morning and go and find somebody and wrap some, I don't know, some material around their neck with the intention of strangling them to death? Wayne Keeley Powell does that along with other devils. You can't see them on the I know you can't. You just saw me, you saw a demonic attack. They're right here. And you particularly are going to have a hard time understanding all kinds of things that are talked about by Dr. David, Dr. Deepak Chopra. Sorry, they were going to give me David R. Hawkins, but I'm going to talk about Deepak Chopra, who is a medical doctor in the United States and well-known name and author of zillions of very interesting, very good books. Have you not read any of Dr. Deepak Chopra's books? Have you heard of them? Well, do you have or you haven't? It's just that, over the years, did you fly? Would you go fly, and land in an airport? Because every airport kiosk has got Deepak Chopra over the years and years and years and years. Are you a hopeless? In other words, you pretended to learn to read in grade 3 and then you coasted the rest of the way through? I do believe it's true. Most people I know do not read books. Most people I know are incredibly stupid. Anyways, we were talking about, Kahuna Ana Ana, evil sorcerers, and where they get the idea that it's a good idea to take on somebody else in a duel. And then to get a whole pile of people together and, bully somebody, with deadly intent in a duel to the death. There's an awful lot of people who wonder how this all works. Well, Here I am, and I'm not doing any dueling, but you can see from time to time that I am under attack. On all my videos, you see this kind of attack happen when my body shakes. Is it just like I have shielding and then there's a major, like an enormous blast that, shakes the shielding and it shakes my ship? The answer is yes. Well, does it hurt? Yes, quite often it feels like they are intending to kill me, and quite often it does feel like, I'm near death. I've always, I don't know, I'm still here. So where does this end? What next? Well, the only thing I can tell you is in the Celestine prophecy, in the book and in the movie, there was a devil who continued to be a devil. And at the end of the book, spoiler alert, that devil blows himself up to smithereens with dynamite. Because devils do play a dangerous game. Murder. Terrorism. And because they use these things, they are, well, I don't know, there's only one thing more deadly than dynamite. Human intention to kill. It is the actual intention to kill that kills you. You learned that in the Dark Tower movie. The gunslinger kills with his heart, not his gun. Anyways, the whole point again and again and again is, what is your overarching intent? You, dear viewer, because that's what Stephen King calls his viewers, dear viewers, so I'm going to call you a dear viewer, dear reader. What is your overarching intent for your life? Do you have one? You want to know what mine is? So you can adopt mine? Well, if you haven't thought about it and pondered it, what is your overarching life all about? Yours? Then you're an idiot, aren't you? I don't know how old you are, but if you've never thought about, what is the purpose of your life? What is your life all about? What is your legacy that you're going to leave behind when you leave planet Earth? No one ever talked to you about these things? Well, I'm not surprised, because people are unbelievably stupid. That doesn't mean you have to be. So anyways, that basically is where your intent comes from. You setting your life. What's your life all about? And then, when you're a child, you don't know. Learning, mostly, and having fun. And then you don't like school. Well, I'm not about learning, but I don't know. I'm about getting into trouble. Well, I don't know. It's just that if you stop learning, I know you didn't want to learn the government reading, writing, and arithmetic. Some people don't. It's my experience that everyone needs reading, writing, and experience. So, if you're not going to do, arithmetic, then you're going to go around trying to find somebody else who's doing your counting for you. Well, I don't know. In the old days, they did have people that did all this kind of work because they were the smart people. And the dumb people paid other people to do their work, or I don't know. They put them, I don't know, in a dungeon when they got people to do I don't know, they enslaved other people to do work. I can't help you out because there's a lot of people that are still trying to figure out why nothing is going on planet Earth. Because the people on planet Earth are not doing anything. Because the overarching intention of humans on planet Earth, I don't think there is one of all the collective of all the humans. I don't think there is one. So then you've got different groups of people who have different intentions. And the people who are evil have an evil intention to be evil. They just choose it in any way they can. So, what are we doing? Well, again and again and again, I am under attack by demonic people. I don't know if I have allies or not. It's been going on my whole life. Because the more you learn, the more you realize that it's just, clearly the elephant in the room is that there are fat controllers. That's what Stuart Wilde called them. People who are in hidden places who are fucking with you and have since possibly before you were born, whatever you were doing in your lifetime before this. Because that's what they teach you in, I can't help you out because I'm under demonic attack. I can't help you out. It's very difficult because it is a real attack with real evil fuckfaces. It's a really horrible thing. Do you really want to learn more about the shit the negative alien agenda is all about? Look it up. NAA, Negative Alien Agenda. Sexual misery programming. You can Google that one. Why did the negative aliens want to kill me? The answer is I don't know. Are they negative? Yes. Are they alien? I don't think so. They're right on planet Earth. You don't need to go off Earth in order to find devils. They're everywhere. Are they losing the war? Do you need someone to decide if I'm alive or dead? I'm alive. Therefore, they have lost the war. Because for years and years they've been trying to kill me. They lost the war. Why? Because I'm still alive. And their prize is my death, and they don't have it. Ergo, they have lost the war. What about in the future? What they know? Because the war is over. All that's happening now is the devils that attacked me are coming to the realization that I'm alive, and given the fact it's a war to the death, they must have lost. So they're ghosts now. And were they ghosts when they came? Possibly. So what happens to dead ghosts? We're going to find out. Is that it? I don't know. I'm under attack by Kahuna Ana Ana. Wayne Kieloi Powell. You can see his website, shamanicbodywork.com. Shamanic talks about being a shaman. What's a shaman? Everything to do with shaman is everything to do with Wayne Powell. Why did Wayne Powell introduce me to the books of Hank Wesselman? So that I could learn about, I don't know, everything to do with, Hank Wesselman and, his Hawaiian connections. And to learn about what happens to evil people and people, what happens to them and evil spirits and, you being evil. Anyways, I read the book, and Wayne Kieloi Powell, who apparently read the book, is doing evil to me. He always appears to me as a kahuna ana ana, a black magic kind of kahuna. There's quite a few other devils that are on me that don't seem to be related to Wayne Kieloi Powell at all, other than they're devils. So devils do seem to find one another. It's just in 3D, what you call the world if you look at Google Earth. It just seems like there's vast distances between cities where you might find Kahuna Ana Ana, and you wonder how on earth they would. I don't even if it was like a news group on the internet. It's just like you just happen to find the right news group. I don't think so. No, you're guided by your intention, and if you have an intention to be evil, then it's quite likely that evil is going to bring you into, the den of thieves, where you'll meet other devils and other walks of life. I don't know. Who is the chief architect of the torturing of Bobby Burrows? That's a hashtag. Hashtag the torturing of Bobby Burrows. Drop the thought. It's just torturing The torturing of Bobby Burrows. So, the people who are attacking me day after day, the demonic organized darkness, don't want 5D, the fifth dimension. Why? Because they're already in 5D and they don't want you to be there. They want you to stay on a Google Earth 3D version of Earth where you're a muggle. Because if you're not a muggle, then you're a wizard, and then you'll realize that the reason that you thought you were a muggle is because these evil wizards had a long-term program of enslaving you by convincing you that you are a muggle. And you are convinced that you're a muggle. Except when you're watching Harry Potter movies and you're trying to figure out, why is it that Harry Potter or Hermione Granger can do these things? Why is it? I know, but still, I mean, you're still in there and you're trying to figure out, why is it that humans don't have these superpowers? Why don't we in regular life? Because there's a lot of people who do ask the question, they say, I'm going to figure out if it's possible. Because if it's possible, then I'm going to be the one to figure it out. Because a lot of people are kind of figure it out people on their own. Never mind book learning and college boys and all that bullshit. It's simply, I'm going to go to my garage with my textbook that I got from wherever I got it from, and I'm going to learn this thing the old-fashioned way, me and my couch in my garage, Curly says. And Curly goes there and reads his textbook. And then he becomes whatever he becomes with his textbook. And then he goes out to put himself to the test. Did he actually learn something from whatever he did, trying to learn something sitting on the couch in his garage reading a book? The answer is, well, I must have to try it out, real life, because even though I read it, I got to go and try it out and see whether what they told me works or not, or whether I got to go on YouTube and try and find a YouTube video that works better than this word explanation of the thing that I want to do. What is my overarching intent if I'm Curly? Have a good time. And there's a lot of things that you need if you're Curly to have a good time. Well, a lot of, things. So, I mean, Curly's about his business, about the things that he needs all arranged so that he can have a good time. What's my overarching intention for my lifetime? The fifth dimension. Doing everything, being the change, being not 3D person, being a 5D, fifth dimensional person. How do you do that? Well, you have to do a lot of book learning. Because you asked me that question, and it's not an easy question to answer. I mean, I'm 23 minutes in, and I don't know. Did you get anything out of it? Well, you just have to set your intention to whatever you want to do. Having fun or, being fifth dimensional. Because apparently you can have fun in the third dimension. Well, then why do I want the fifth dimensional version? Because I just saw it in the movie, The Celestine Prophecy, and it just looks a lot better than, what I have in 3D. So, I mean, I aspire to being in the fifth dimension, which means I must be the change. I must become fifth dimensional as a human. Well, to me, it seems more and more and more like, I have to go through all of these different things to try and figure out, is this a fifth dimensional outpicturing around me or a three-dimensional outpicturing? Well, I don't know. I was listening to James Redfield on YouTube this morning, the author of The Celestine Prophecy, just to go and listen, because sometimes you need to listen to the authors of these original source material, because you need to come to an understanding of whether they're cuckoo pants or whether they're onto something, whether they're trustworthy or whether they're a flake. Sometimes you just need to, I don't know, re-experience the original author to try and get an idea of, what's this guy all about? Because James Redfield in 1996 was, at the top of the New York Times best-selling list. And he was there, on the best-selling list for, I don't know, years. What's the dealie with James Redfield? In other words, if the 1% owns the New York Times, and they do, and the 1% owns the book publishing industry, and they do, and James Redfield is a poor sharecropper from, I don't know, Indiana or something, why does someone poor get put on the New York Times best-selling list of books? Because the 1% want him there. To make money? No. Because they got more money. They own banks and the Federal Reserve. They don't need money. What do they need? They need to brainwash you and me. How? By telling you there is a New York Times best-selling list, making it prestigious and elite, and getting you to go look to see who's on there, and then finding out David Wilcock is there, buying his book, reading his book, telling everybody that this is the New York Times best-selling author, David Wilcock, and this is what he said in his book. So what does David Wilcock said in his New York Times best-selling book, plural, books? All kinds of stuff. Can I give you a summary? I know he's got more than one book, and his books are thick as a brick. Oh, I was talking about David Wilcock. I'm sorry, because just the other day I did the same video about David Wilcock being acceptable to the 1% because they put him on the New York Times bestsellers list. David Wilcock's books are this thick. James Redfield's book. James Redfield was on the New York. Yes, same thing as that guy. Yes, the Redfield book is much thinner. Celestine Prophecy. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, less than half as thick as David Wilcock's. Nevertheless, it's chock-a-block with the story time. Is anything that they're teaching in their books useful to us? David Wilcock or James Redfield? James Redfield talks about synchronicities. David Wilcock talks about synchronicities. Do I personally experience synchronicities after reading those books? Yes. Did I experience synchronicities before reading those books? Well, I read the Celestine Prophecy long before the David Wilcock books. So, did I have synchronicities in my life before the Celestine Prophecy? I don't think so. To the best of my knowledge, the answer is no. Never did I have a synchronicity before the Celestine Prophecy. Now, the question is, do I get synchronicities every day? Yep. I'm going to say yep. In some way or form, something, if it's not as direct synchronicity, it's something along the lines of things that I need to pay attention to from the universe, signs from the universe. Synchronicities are signs from the universe. So do I see signs? Yes, every day. And before the Celestine Prophecy, did I see signs from the universe? No. I went to church? Yes. I heard about Jesus? Yes. Did I ever see Jesus or angels or anything in my life? No. Anything to do with God in my life in those days? Well, the feeling that I would get on, Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve going to the church, they handed us all individual little candles on a stick, all of us little kids, and they had the church organ was going super loud, and hark the herald angels sing, and I don't know, it almost makes your heart explode because when you're a little kid and you're, I don't know, 8 years old. I mean, things like that, they really do move you. So, yeah, at Christmas time at the church, I would say that it's a spiritual experience of Christmas at the church. Otherwise, well, yeah, I would say when you're 8, it's exciting. Because you're going to have family dinner and you're going to meet all your cousins who like you are they're cool. You like your cousins when you're 8. So I don't know. Christmas is fun, and then I don't know. But presents, they're just going to say commercial. Is it like I don't know. I don't know. It's part of it. And decorating the house and I don't know. It's just the main spiritual experience I want you to remember is being at the church at 8 years old with your individual little candle, and you can feel the warmth of the candle because it's cold out. Because I live in Thunder Bay, and it's usually like I don't know 20 below at Christmas time, so it definitely feels Christmassy. There's always snow in Thunder Bay. There's always snow here in the wintertime. We never have a green Christmas. Never, ever, ever, ever do we have green Christmases in Thunder Bay, Canada. So it's just that we're moving from our identification as 3D physical humans, which we learned in grade 11 physics is untrue. Because we learned in grade 11 physics in high school that it's a quantum world and that physicality went out with Sir Isaac Newton. 1905. The quantum revolution, quantum physics discovered. Werner Heisenberg and... No, it wasn't Breaking Bad and he wasn't making blue meth. He was, inventing quantum physics. So it's just that, that's over 100 years ago. When are you going to realize it? Because you're not a physical human. Well, if you're not, you're quantum, which has something to do with, I don't know, something to do with the observer effect, and you are an observer. I don't know what else to tell you, except I want to tell you that I'm under demonic attack, and I have been all day. Are they evil sorcerers that are using it? We don't know. Is it high tech? I can't tell you. Why? Because they're guesses. Overarching the evil intent. Is there evil intent towards me? Of course there is. I'm under demonic attack. So some people's overarching life is about something to do with killing me. Is it like the primary thing, the primary goal, or is it like part of a larger program of what? Preventing the fifth dimension? Yes. Why? Because we learned in that Celestine prophecy some people are fat controllers. So, what's the state of the war? I'm still alive. So are the devils, apparently. How's this all going to play out? Well, I don't know. Day after day, they do appear in 3D to me to be killing me. I know, you don't see them in the room. I don't see them here anywhere, but they are present. I can sense them here. They are here, and they do really work hard at killing me. It seems like voodoo and spelling. Does it work? Yes, it does. What's preventing it from, I don't know, something is protecting me. It's not doing a very good job because even though I'm alive, I often feel like I'm on the verge of death. When does the instant karma happen to the evildoer? The good question, I don't know. Anyways, we were talking about synchronicities, and I didn't experience synchronicities before I read the Celestine Prophecy book, which was on the New York Times best-selling list in around 1996. And around, I don't know, when was David Wilcock's books? I don't know. Let's say 10 years ago. So, synchronicities is the commonality. David Wilcock talks about going to higher consciousness, and I'm sure you would say he's about 5D, the fifth dimension. Is James right? Yes, they're both on the same page with many things. Well, why is it that the New York Times best-selling list includes 2 authors that are about synchronicities and going to 5D, and yet I'm still being attacked by demonic people, and we always say it's the 1% who don't want the fifth dimension? Because they want to keep controlling us. Then why would that be? Why would the 1% allow these two books on the New York Times best-selling list, the list that they own, if they don't want the fifth dimension? It's asinine. It's stupid. It can't possibly be. So it must mean that, I don't know, we're mistaken about the 1% and the Georgia Guidestones when they say, they want to lower the Earth population to 500 million people from 8 billion people. So what is the true thing about Agenda 2030? Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates and, I don't know, all these other people. I mean, are they good, bad, or indifferent? Are they all one team or different teams? As a house divided cannot stand like the devil? Why did they put this up? David Wilcock and James Redfield on the New York Times best-selling list if they don't want the fifth dimension. Who's for it and who's against it? Well, I'm demonically attacked by more than one person at the same time. Gang attacked. So there's a lot of people that are against me. Why? Because low vibe is the main reason. No heart. The heart chakra is closed. They don't have it. No heart. What are they using? They're using what they have at their disposal to kill me. And will the green ray, the heart ray, or a white ray kill them? I don't do any rays. I don't send out any rays. What do? I don't do anything. I just live my life as I'm tortured, and it's a very difficult life because 24 hours a day I'm under demonic attack. It's been years and years and years and years and years. What do I expect of you, dear viewer, to get out of this? One more story from me about what it's like to be me under demonic attack. What am I for? The fifth dimension. Is it good for you? Of course it's good for you. It's the only thing good for you that I can offer you, is the keys to the fifth dimension. Even though I'm horribly attacked. It's really horrible. Why don't they want the fifth dimension? These people. Why do they want to kill me? Well, you have to watch the Celestine Prophecy movie. They're insane. They're criminally insane. They are criminally insane terrorists, and they're out to kill you and your children. Just as much as me? Yes. Why aren't you fighting them? Because you don't know about them, question mark? You don't know that there's devils on planet Earth? Of course you do. Everyone knows. What are you doing about it? Mostly you ignore it. Why? Because you don't know how to be, disarm Voldemort from Harry Potter? The devil? You don't know how to disarm Voldemort, so you're going to be like a chicken shit. Well, that's what I find. People are incredibly chicken shit in the end. They cower because they do. They cower before other people all the time. Person on television tells you to get the 4th or 5th or 12th jab. What do? You're first one in line. And then you want to go and check on everybody. You got your jab, your 12th jab, didn't you? You got your vaccine passport? Fuck off is what I say to these people because they're slaves. They're voluntary slaves and they want me to become a voluntary slave. And I say, fuck off. You're a fuckface. You want to be a slave? You go and be a slave, but don't tell anybody. Because I don't want people getting the idea it's a good idea to be a slave by following you, you stupid fucking bitch. Well, I have strong feelings. Yes, I don't want to be enslaved. I don't want to be demonically attacked. And I am. So what's the answer? How does the demonic attack happen? It's not known. It's known. It's intention. Evil intent. Why does Wayne Kealoha Powell wish to kill me? He's an insane fuckface. He's a low vibe tribe person. And why does he have abilities if he's low vibe? The answer is because he does. Are you going to dispute reality? He does. And so do a lot of other devils. And why do they? Because they don't like what I stand for. They don't like it because I'm about freeing all the slaves. No, I'm about freeing me. The rest of you fucking people are happy being slaves. I can't help you out. Do you want to fight? How do you fight? How are you going to fight devils? I don't know. You watch Harry Potter. Do you know how to do that? Of course not. You're born with it? I don't know. Are you brainwashed? Yes. What are you the brainwashing that you get from, I don't know, New York Times best-selling authors David Wilcock and James Redfield? Well, David Wilcock in his videos does talk about the evil cabal, and he does say that he himself feels that he is often under death threats. So why is it that a New York Times best-selling author is under death threats from, the people that we claim are the evil ones, the 1%? I don't know. It's like one of those Bourne Supremacy novels or movies. It's like so many twists and turns, and like you can't understand it. There's one thing to understand. There are evil people here. Then they are exceptionally evil and deadly. And they want to kill a lot of people. And on the other side, there's me and other people like me. So it is like Hogwarts. It is like a war of the sorcerers, except I'm not doing any evil spells or anything, and I'm not going knocking on the doors of these evil ones. They come to me every day. They always have. And so I endure another day and another day and another day watching all the signs of the universe, the synchronicities that continue to tell the devils that they are going to wish that they had never got involved with torturing me. Because everyone knows what goes around comes around. Everyone knows that doing devilry and black magic always comes back and kills you in a horrible, horrible way. Why are the devils suicidal? They're not. If they were, they would go jump off a bridge. They don't. They simply enjoy killing other people for the enormous rush that they get for their ego. It's all about ego, and that's what they are. They are edging God out of their lives, and they're trying to edge it out of mine, too. Because that's what they are. They're parasites, and they're evil. And they're everywhere. They're on your television telling you all kinds of evil. They're your politicians, the most evil fucking people. I don't know, journalists and politicians and doctors. Evil fucking people, doctors. Evil beyond belief. Well, yeah, I know, but I was brainwashed too as a child to believe the doctor was good for you. Now, I'm 100% convinced that they are 100% evil. And so it is in my world. I don't want anything to do with doctors and their evil hospitals and their evil nurses. Nurse Cratchit in the psych ward. Anyways, the people there are insane and they should be locked in the psych ward permanently. That is, the psych nurses and doctors. They really are insane. So how does this all play out on planet Earth? The good, bad, and indifferent, and the evil? The answer is it's all going on right now. And the state of the affairs is that it's, it's ongoing. How do you protect yourself in this war of evil? You don't. There's nothing you can do to protect yourself against evil, believe it or not. Because in 3D, you can go and build a gated community, and you can hire private security, and you can have your own guns. And if you're rich enough, I don't know, you can have your own private army. But in the end, there's no way. Because it is not a 3D Earth where you can hem yourself in. You live in a conscious universe, and if there are conscious people who are out to kill you, then their intention is overarching, and it'll get you even if you're in your house. How? I don't know. You might have a heart attack and drop dead. Psychic warfare is what we're talking about. Spiritual warfare. By evil. How do you do it? I can't help you out because I don't participate in the evil warfare. I don't do anything. I'm a high vibe person and I am attacked. It's horrible. And does it bounce back and kill them? I don't know. How long does this go on? I don't know. Who's the expert on spirit? I don't know. Me. And so far the answer is you just take it day by day, by day, by day, by day, and the days go by, and the years go by, and the people that are your family and your friends are no longer are no longer your family and they are no longer your friends. Because you've been under demonic attack and they pretend that you're not for years and years and years. So you don't see eye to eye with people who are, in your eyes, allied with organized darkness. Because if you turn a blind eye to evil, then you are evil. So that's the way it stands here on planet Earth.